Good afternoon. This is the video screencast for Note-Taking Skills, Cornell Notes Style. As you take your notes, be sure to write down the information as the screencast is going. If you get behind, you can always put the screencast on pause and make sure that you catch up. There will be places where you fill in the blanks, and you need to make sure that you write accurate information in those spaces so that you can use the notes for later. So why do we take notes? First of all, notes help to stimulate critical thinking. It helps students to remember what is being said in class and what's important. It also helps students prepare for tests. A good set of notes will also allow students to help each other problem solve and study for tests. A good set of notes helps a student organize and process the data and the information from a lecture or a video. Also, it helps students to recall the information by getting them to process their notes at least 3 times. It's a great tool for writing and remembering what you have learned. So you might be asking about why we use Cornell Notes. Well, first of all, it was designed to help students improve test scores. There were some professors at Cornell University that noticed that there were students who were studying for their law classes and taking tests during their law classes, but not passing the bar exam. So they needed a way to study and remember the information and study and prepare for the bar exam. Cornell Notes are meant to be used as a learning guide. I don't like to say that it's a study guide. I like to say learning guide because it's a record of what you have learned already and you use it to remind yourself. It is the major way that most law schools prefer to take notes, so it's the preferred note-taking method. Many teachers here at Los Osos use Cornell Notes in some form or other in order to get their students to process their information that they present in class. So this is how you set up Cornell Notes from lectures. The title and the heading goes in this corner, and you also may want to put a date in there. The notes go here in this section it's the details and so forth. That goes in here. And then over here we have the left margin where questions and keywords and subtitles are placed. Notice this line right here. This is the margin line, and notice that it's different from the margin line that is made by the manufacturer of the paper that you're looking at. The margin for Cornell Notes needs to be about 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide, and this gives you plenty of space to write those questions and those keywords and any subtitles that you might need. Don't forget that the purpose of the notes is to study later. So I tell my students, please don't doodle in your notes at all. Doodling can be a distraction, not only for when you're taking notes, but also for when you're trying to study. You often will ask yourself, if you've got doodling on your notes, what was I thinking about? And it becomes its own distraction. So leave plenty of space for adding information later. I like to say use a sticky note to add space if you haven't got enough space in your notes. The advantage of sticky notes is that you can also move that around in key places in your textbook. So you could use your note and your textbook together and then move your sticky notes around appropriately. On the bottom of the last page of notes, you're going to be writing a summary or a reflection of what you learned. There's a worksheet that goes with this particular worksheet that you're writing on, in which there's a description of the kinds of questions that you might be answering on your summary or reflection. Above all, keep in mind that your notes need to be neat and organized. It helps to find them in the proper place. So if you've got titles and so forth, that helps you.